Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're watching this after, remember subscribe, ring the bell. All my social medias will be in the comment section of this video. That's my Facebook, my TikTok, my Instagram, and my Twitter. So go and follow me there too, guys. I also am going live right now on Facebook and Twitter. So if you want to jump over to my Facebook and Twitter and share this on them platforms, I would really appreciate that. And give this video a thumbs up, guys. It helps me out an awful lot. We've got Steve Clark on the show tonight. We're going to be talking and touching on subjects that people know Steve for, but we're going to be touching on other subjects that maybe some people don't know that Steve has involvement in. And he wants to he's come on here to say his piece. My job is to navigate Steve through this here and to not to judge, but to hear his side of things and question him on certain things that he wants to speak about. So this isn't. I'm not going to do a video, Craig, on anybody. I'm not on here to do a deck of higgy and go really light and say I'm going to ask hard questions and I ask no questions. I'm here to navigate Steve through this here so I understand Steve's side of things a bit more. So Steve, first off, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad, mate. Just settling into my new place, but how's things with you?
All good, all good. It's the weather's over here is getting warm, and I'm a bit scorched today. I've been doing a lot with the kids, out with the kids, parks, stuff like that there, and family life. But listen, can't complain, to be honest with you. The first thing I want to talk about, Steve, is, and it's a word that I keep hearing all over YouTube. It's a subject that I've been hearing about, even on the TV, BBC, the Muslim grooming gangs in Telford. Start off with your involved. Now, I know you've never been involved with Muslim grooming gangs, as you told me, but why is your name being implemented into that scenario?
I think I'll tell you. It obviously started with me defending Decker, and Decker's turned out to be a person of not good character of his past,
Mm-hmm.
and the situation surrounding him and me defending him, and it turns out that he's a wrong one. A certain individual, as you know, have been hounding me for ages now, trying to get as much information about me as possible. He found, and after hunting or was passed, a certain post that was supposedly posted from my Facebook onto Tommy Robinson hate group.
Tommy Robinson, I believe I seen a screenshot, and it was Tommy Robinson exposed group. There was a post by somebody that says it was you, or it was you. I'm not here to sort of be judge and jury on that, but it was sort of discrediting the victims of the Muslim grooming gangs in Telford. Now, are you saying here now that wasn't you?
No, it came from my Facebook account.
Right.
I did not post it. And what the post initially was initiating that I was turning against the victims of the grooming gangs in Telford.
So you're saying you were hacked?
It was hacked, yeah. I've sent you across, as you know, certain things to back up what I'm saying now.
Well, no. Well, in regards to the hacking, you can't, because, as you say, I did speak to you before this, and I say it.
So I did speak to you roughly. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish now I had screenshotted where Facebook had said there was unusual activity on my account.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
They then went on to tell me about where the logins were from and devices.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I'd screenshotted that,
Mm-hmm.
because that would have backed my case up even more. I didn't, but when Facebook did warn me I did put a Facebook post up on my wall, saying to everybody that my account had been hacked, and that it had been hacked from numerous locations and numerous devices, just so I could warn people.
But you can understand, maybe we'll touch on this, right? We can understand. I'm not here to put pressure on you or to say, so I'm just here to hear your story and just ask the questions, a couple of questions. You can understand when somebody comes out and says, I've been hacked, right? Well, I've been hacked. So that means somebody else has took the time to go on to a computer and log in to your Facebook account, and that person isn't you, right? And then they went on to a Tommy, as you're saying, this is what you're saying, they went on to a Tommy Robinson exposed group and put this post to
And put this post up, which was posted from my account.
But that's all you have to understand. You can understand the frustrations of the public who would see this and they would go, well, I don't believe this. I think that Steve Clark done this. And I said this to you prior to this, that it will only ever be your word against the people saying that you did do this. And that's it. You have to accept that. There's
Yeah.
no fight with that. You can't fight your corner with that unless you come with concrete evidence that that wasn't you.
So basically, that's where it's come from. A certain individual had access to this post, and from a post, he's decided to spread it all around that I support the Muslim gangs. Right? He spread it around that I get paid to work with the Muslim gangs. Now this is where it gets quite ironic. I can prove beyond reasonable doubt, right, on more than 3 occasions. I'm going to touch on one of them occasions with you during this process, that I'm actually for and defending the victims, and I'm against the Muslim community, right, that have created this mess in Telford of raping the children. Now, there's some things I can say and some things I can't say because I don't want to open up a can of worms. Right?
We'll leave people's names out of this for people to understand this here situation.
So basically, I knew a couple of I know multicultural people in my hometown. Blacks, Indians, Pakistani, Chinese, right? Now, it so happened to be aware on the news and in society that I did know certain families whose names did come up within the Muslim community. Now, as soon as I found out, I sent a couple of horrible messages, right, to these Muslim families of, incidentally, the people that I have known for quite a few amount of years. A very horrible message to the individual family members, right? Now, I got horrible messages back from an individual that I'd known for years, asking why I had so much hate against the Muslim community. Well, like I said in the text messages, I'm not hating on the Muslim community, right? But I'm hating upon the individuals within the Muslim community that have committed these hideous crimes in my
So
home.
how long did you know this certain family for?
I'd known the family for years. I mean, 10, maybe 15 years, maybe.
10, 15 years, and you didn't have an inkling that there was a grooming gang sort of being ran out of this, a section of it?
Well, I'd obviously knew that there was a problem within the area.
Yes.
But I didn't know that these individuals were ever involved.
Right.
You know, until it got brought to light. And as soon as it came to my light, I sent horrible messages to these individuals.
Okay.
Even though I'd known them for so long.
Yes.
again, like they sent me messages back saying, "Why do I hate the Muslim community so much?" And it was a case, I said to him, I don't hate the Muslim community by far, but the individuals within this community, I made it perfectly clear what my thoughts were.
So what was your, so then, okay.
So
So
they then replied,
yeah.
With a message of which basically was against me, in other words. So I'd upset the Muslim community by saying my thoughts about how I don't like the pedophiles, right?
So whenever you, in your words, whenever you took a stance on this and you text these people your thoughts on this, they didn't like, the whole family didn't like this, or just that section that were
No, it's
running
just certain individuals within their family, not all of them, just the protectors of the, like, the older brother. It could have been that was then sending me the threat messages and whatnot. So straight away, as soon as a certain individual says I work for these types of people,
Mm-hmm.
and I defend these type of people, and I belittle victims within the Telford grooming gang, I've proved in one incident. I've got two other incidents that could prove beyond reasonable doubt that I do not defend, condone anything they've done. And every opportunity I've had, I've attacked them over it and got myself in a lot of fucking bother over that. But at the same time, I don't know if I've sent you any correspondence as regards to this. But I obviously sent a message back saying, well, look, it's not all of the community. It's just these two individuals.
Can I ask you a question? Are you under any investigations and to do with the Metropolitan Police?
Say that again, Ronan.
Are you under any investigations in the Metropolitan Police?
No, most definitely not.
Right. And another person said here, can proof be shown?
Proof be shown of what? That I've gone against these Muslim gangs? Because if so,
Yes.
I have sent already correspondence.
Yes.
To prove my words of what I've just said.
Yes, you've sent. Yeah, but like, could you maybe create a YouTube channel and post this proof for people to see?
I can send to certain individuals conversations to prove I've gone against.
Okay.
But in no way, shape, or form am I opening tins of worms.
Yeah.
When I've gone against these sort of individuals in the past, and it brought my life to my knees. You can imagine the population of the Muslim community that wanted my head on the plate because I'd said certain things.
Right. Well, the thing about it is, right. So what I'm grasping from this here is that you then, in your sort of in roundabout words, that you feared for your life in a certain way. So you felt like
I did indeed on another incident that did happen. I did fear for my life because I went against the Muslim gang at that time. But I'm not going to touch on that. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket for my defence. I know that I've touched on that previous with you, Ronan. But I'm not prepared to speak about that particular incident at this time. But all I've got to say, it was another incident where I went against the Muslim grooming gang.
And you can't speak about that because it would open a can of worms and maybe put you in danger.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's
up a tin of worms and put me back to that situation as if I sent a certain message to a certain restaurant.
Can you talk about the certain restaurant, or do we not talk about that at all? Will that put you in danger?
I can see what I can say. I mean, because there's somebody else that knows about this incident.
Okay.
I didn't really want to use this as an example. But again, I found out some information about individual individuals that were running restaurants in Telford, and young girls were being taken.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent a message to a particular restaurant owner. Let's just say, from that, I did fear for my life from the Muslim community, because I got the name of the restaurant right, but it was the restaurant in the wrong area
Mm-hmm.
of Telford.
Yeah.
And
So
that,
basically,
now it was through that incident on its own. Collectively, with the first incident, I spoke about going against the Muslim perpetrators, that I feared for my life the most. And there is somebody out there. They might be watching, they might not be watching. They know the amount of trouble that it got me into.
look, the thing about it with a story like this, right? You have people in the chat here, guys. Listen, as you see, I've put very little comments on the screen because I really want to understand Steve's side of things, right? What he wants to say. Now, it's not up for me to put words into Steve's mouth. It's not up for me to pressure Steve to say things.
What gets me running is I see one post that's made, and then they make head and tail.
Well, no, I don't think it's about just one. At the same time, Steve, I don't think it's just about one post. I don't think it's just about one post. I don't. I think if it was just about one post, I think you'd be in the. I think you'd be in the clear. I think what it is. It's a collaboration of all different scenarios. So, for instance, just my view in this. For one, you have, at one stage of your life, you were a very sort of a big supporter of Deca Higgy, and then on the same side of things, actually in the same moment, things come out. Whether you're saying that they're fake, that they were hacked, that it was a hacking, of you trying to discredit the victims of Muslim grooming gangs, right? You're saying you were hacked. That's your defense in that, right? I'm not here to say that's right, or I'm to say that's wrong. That's what you're saying. And then there's scenarios where people are showing screenshots of this and screenshots of that. So there's two separate scenarios you're involved in here. That's making the public go, what is this? What's actually going on with Steve? And then on top of that, I've just to touch on something here, and I will actually want your live reaction to this here. What would your reaction be if to say if somebody said to you, were you running multiple accounts for Deca? Because people come to me and Steve and say this to me. The first question they ask me whenever they find out that I was speaking to Deca, they say to me, were you running multiple accounts for Deca? And I say, no, Deca never even asked me. And I always wondered why. But when they say, well, to be honest with you, because anybody he's been involved with was running lots of accounts. So I have to ask you the same question. Did you ever run multiple accounts for Deca?
Never, not once, right? But I had received WhatsApp messages from someone making out to be Deca, right? Asking me, right, if I'd open up 5 accounts for £500. I now know who that is, right? And I know why they've done it, right? They've done it to try and entrap me to see if I was still in with fucking Dickie, right? I don't appreciate them sort of messages being sent to me, asking me to open up accounts to troll for people for £500. It's why I didn't reply to the fucking message.
Yeah.
Now that was a certain individual who's in the chat at the moment. I can see.
But looking at that, Steve, just looking at that scenario, and just actually because you
Now I must admit, right? I have got somebody who has an account, right? And I do pass information for them to put out onto their channel on my behalf. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not run a YouTube channel, right? I've had the Equalizer account, and since then I haven't bothered to open up a YouTube channel because I made a promise to someone,
and
I stuck to that promise. Now, it don't mean to say if I know somebody and they're willing to put something on their channel that I asked them to. Yes, I have. But no, I do not run any account on YouTube at this moment as I am speaking to you right now. I do not have a YouTube channel. I'm not Darkbox Secrets. I'm not Apollo. I'm not the other one, whatever. I don't know what the name of it is, but there's 3 or 4 running out there at the moment that individuals are saying, "Oh, it's Clark. It's definitely Clark." Right? No, I have fuck all to do with Decker. Right? From the now, I'm going to tell all of you now. Right? My regrets. Right? My biggest regret. Right? Is not listening to John, the ex-business partner. I kicked myself for that. I hold my hands up. I'm guilty that I didn't listen to John, the ex-business partner. Right? He was the only one that didn't have no dodgy background. He didn't have no dodgy past. He's an honest and open man. He's like a book. Right? John, the ex-business partner. Right? He's a good man and a good past, and he's a family man and not a rogue. Right? Now, my biggest regret is not listening to him, Ronan. And I'll tell you the reason why. He was the first one that brought this all to light. With the cleanest background you could ever look at and see. Now, I regret, right, not listening to John, the ex-business partner.
Here's a good question. Yeah, just to let people know here, that people are sitting saying, check this and check that. I can't check anything. I'm talking to a man right in front of me right now. I've just checked something there. There's lots of stuff. I have to listen to the man's story. But there's a really good question that came in right now. Since when did you stop communicating with Decca, Steve? That's a question from Maria.
That's a good question. Now, I was having people on fake WhatsApp accounts on January the 9th, right, messaging me as if they were Decca, right, asking if I would open 5 Facebook accounts for £500. Right? Now, I stopped communicating with Dickie, right? The proper individual, right, was probably October, if the truth was known. October last year, I stopped communicating with Dickie himself personally in any way, shape, or form. Now, since then, January the 9th, right, Dodgy Dave sent me a WhatsApp message, probably trying to entrap me to see if I was still in with Decca. That was the one claiming that it was Decca. I've sent screenshots across to people so they can see what it was.
When's the last you're going to have a message to say, like, I can categorically say the last message I sent to Decca was, I think it was the 17th of December, because that was the last message that I sent him, right? And it was prove your innocence along those lines. Prove your innocence. You need to show the correct paperwork. That was the last message I sent him. When was the last contact, the final contact that you had?
I had with Dickie himself.
Yes.
October last year. See, anything after October was probably people trying to entice me to see if I had anything to do with him. Like I say, the 9th of January, I received a WhatsApp message claiming to be from Decca, asking me to open 5 YouTube accounts to troll people, and he'd give me 500 quid, which I made no reply to. Just prior to that, probably round about the 6th of January, maybe, I haven't got a specific date or month, it's definitely before that, was the only last thing I communicated with somebody that proclaimed to be one of Decca's mates. All I asked him was how he was. That was it. Right? I knew it weren't Decca. I knew it was somebody else. But officially, my communication with Decca stopped round about October. I think it was maybe round about the point when I said to you, when I had to talk to you, Ronan. And I might have said to you, what do you think about all of this? Because, you know, I'm getting ready to fucking walk away because, you know, something's not quite right. In my heart, my mind, my soul, I believe it was around about October.
There's another question on October time. So there's another question here. Somebody says, I ask you about Magic Dimensions. Is that a YouTube channel?
That's a YouTube channel. That's the one I said to you like 5 minutes ago. I have got a friend who's on YouTube, and I do ask him, right, to put my messages on there sometimes. Yes,
Okay.
I do put some messages via Magic Dimensions, but that channel is not me. It is somebody else, and I asked them to put information on their channel for me. Yes.
So you're saying Magic Dimensions isn't you?
No.
Right.
But
Okay.
I have asked the person to put stuff on there for me.
Right. Okay. Now, can you see, Steve? Right. I just have to touch on. And by the way, this isn't me being hard on you. This isn't me about to do a video Craig you. But can you see, Steve? There's so many other people putting stuff on for you, hackings and things like that. Why not me though? Why hasn't
Ronan, all I want from all this, right? I want all this. I want resolution.
Yes, but
Right?
I think
I've
what I'm saying here, Steve.
I've told the public I have nothing more to do with DECA. I do not.
No, I don't think you're all right. I don't think you are right. But what I'm trying to say is, why not me? Why haven't I been hacked? Why isn't there people making saying stuff about me? Why isn't the humble dryer not attacking me? Why is Dodgy Dave not coming after me?
Because I defended DECA for so long, and because I defended DECA in such a way that I was maybe upsetting 1, 2, or 3 other people in the process.
How long did you defend him for the entirety? Like how many months, years? How long did you do it for?
To be honest with you, it wasn't even that long. I think it was probably 8 months at the most.
8 months. Well, maybe
8 months at the most, give or take.
Right. So there's another question came in here. Pardon me. He says he uses a profile called Ellie Fagan.
Again, like I say, I'm going to touch on this as well. Eddie Fagan is a human being. Eddie Fagan is not a fake account. Eddie Fagan is a person. Now, I'm going to touch on this also because I'm going to touch on this, right?
Sorry, did I go blurry there?
Because this person's involved too, right? Now, I confided in Ellie over certain things in my private life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that individual went on to message one of my ex, who isn't in a very good state of mind. I would say she's like a very depressed person. You know, she's going through the wars, right? Now, Razan was hounding that individual for information against me. Plus, as soon as a couple of my mates in this town heard from an individual that I was defending a wrong 'un, right? They turned against me. Like probably I would expect any of my mates to turn against me if I'd done something wrong like that. And then that was when a certain individual off here was hounding at them for information about me. And messages and stuff were getting sent left, right, and centre. Now, messages were sent to my ex from Ellie, which I wasn't happy about because the messages that Ellie had sent was very fucking horrible. I'm not going to repeat what was in all those messages, but I'm not like that within my heart. No matter how I break up with my ex, don't matter to the situation, to why me and my ex broke up, right? It's no one's business whatsoever. Now, I've had a proper fucking go at this person, Ellie, who I confided in, because they sent horrible fucking messages to me ex. And again, that certain individual that's running around trying to get information about me, accusing me of working for the Muslim grooming gangs, being part of them, right? Received all of them messages via my ex, via one of my friends that turned against me because of all of this. But now they're in my possession, and I know what has been sent and what's been given to this individual, right? Will I collaborate on it? Yeah, I will right now. When I found out, I went mad because it was only recently that I got given the messages that were sent by Ellie to my ex, and for me to say they were fucking disgusting and horrible.
How damning were those messages, Steve? How bad were those messages?
Have I collaborated on this with you, Ronan? Have I sent you anything as
But
correspondence?
but from your reaction, for you to say to the public, it doesn't matter what I've seen. What it does, people send me stuff every day. This is your turn. What? How damning are those messages? Are those messages?
They were fucking horrible, Ronan.
And is that?
They were calling her. They were calling her fat. They were saying about how she don't deserve her kids and blah 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 blah. Fucking disgusting and horrible.
And are people saying that was you sending them?
Yeah, and that individual, right? That's claimed that I work for the Muslim gangs. Right? He's claiming they came from me. But if you
Did
don't,
you? The question is, Steve, and this is, I know you listen. You answer it whatever way. Did you send those messages?
I spoke to an individual. Ellie is a person, right? Not a fake account. Ellie is a person. I spoke to that person when I was a bit low, a bit down.
Mm-hmm.
And I said certain things, but never in that context did I say that to Ellie. Ellie's took it upon herself to send these horrible messages across to the person, to me ex, which I don't condone at all, because I would never have sent messages like that personally to my ex.
See, once again, this is what I'm trying to say. You could be innocent, could be guilty. This isn't about this, right? This is. Do you know what? It's not even just so much for the people in the chat, the people asking the questions. It's for you, Steve, right?
Do you know what? Out of all of this, right, they're getting
Yeah.
too fucking personal.
Yeah,
Now,
no. The thing about it is, a lot. Steve. Hear me out. I know the difference between me and you in this situation. Why the humble dryers and people aren't coming at me, and there's. I'm not saying that it was hacked and all this here. It's because I'm not in multiple scenarios. We've just went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different scenarios that you're in with Ellie Fagan accounts, text, and you're saying this isn't you, but it's the abundance of all these scenarios that you're in that makes people think, fuck, one of these must be true. Not all of them can be right. Do you know what I mean? So without me, I'm not saying that you did any of these things.
Ronan, at the end of the day, right? Who gives a fuck about my life on here on YouTube? It's nothing to do with no one. I've come here to defend myself against one major issue to get resolution, right? And that is through me backing a fucking wrong'un, right?
Yes.
I put my hands up to it. I said, yeah, I was guilty of defending him, right? I've also come out and I said, I've fuck all to do with him anymore, and I never fucking will be, right? I think he's fucking disgusting. He's the lowest fucking form of vermin, right? And I also said, if I found it out or I believed it to be true, I'd run the fucking bus over on you, Dickie. Right? That's the difference between me and somebody else that was defending him. Right? The other person that was defending him said, oh, no matter whether you're guilty, whether it comes out, whether you are, whether you're not, I'll still back you, Decker. But I made a fucking statement, right? And I said the moment I believe in my heart and my mind, right, that he's to doing all this stuff that has been alleged against him. I said, I'll run the fucking bus over on you. Right? The misery, this is going out to you, fucking Dickie. Right? The misery you've caused me in my fucking world of my life. And all I'd done was ask for one thing. Right? I asked for you to be fucking honest. I asked for you to prove, right? I asked for you to prove one thing I wanted to see. I didn't care about the rest of the fucking world. One thing I wanted to see, right? And that's your subject access request. Simple, right? I backed you head, toe, and fucking sinker.
What's changed though, Steve? What information do you have? What information do you have now that made you change your mind? Sure, in October time there was the same information, apart from the fact that Dodgy Dave released a Sarah's Law where it says he may pose a risk to children. What apart from that, what other information has changed your mind to form this opinion that you have now?
Ronan, I looked at everything. And I went over in my head and my mind of all of what was out there, you know, and I gathered it all together in my mind. And there's pieces that, you know, I overlooked it because I was too busy fucking defending him. You know, I let it just slip over my head. So I took 2 weeks going over everything that was put out there by everyone, by Burkitt, by John the ex-business partner. You know, and I should have listened when these guys first came to me.
But you said you've looked into it, Steve. So I can categorically say, just to say this here, just to touch on this, I can categorically say that there was a moment in time that changed my mind, that I went, fuck me, I'm back on the wrong horse here. There is something to this. That was whenever I spoke to the ex-business.
The first bit like that, Ronan, that I can tell you, was the first thing that John said about declaring Sarah's Law.
But he said that way back. He said that way back. So you.
But then the video came out about him talking to his mum.
I remember you did say that to me. I remember you speaking to me about that months ago. I do remember that. Yeah.
I did mention that to you about Octoberish.
And just to say, Steve, you did okay. I'll give you credit in that you did.
I do remember saying to you that I was stepping back.
So you did come to me and you said to me, you goes, look, Ronan, I didn't hear any of this, and you came to me, goes, look, Ronan, have you heard this secret recording between Decca and his mum? And I went, no, I haven't. He goes, well, go listen to it and come back to me. I came back to you and I went, well, fuck me, that's damning, isn't it? And that was around about this time that I was getting out of it, and I knew there was something to this, and there was truths weren't being told and lies were being told left, right, and center by a lot of people. And I will give you that, but why then still then go on like the honest truth and defend him after that?
I think at that point, I think I was about 50-50 in my mind.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. It was at that point that I didn't fully defend him. I sat on the fence.
Yes. Well, I mean,
and that was when I cut all communication.
It's not bad, Steve. It's not bad to turn around and say, here, hold on, I didn't know what to do, because at one point I went, fuck me, I've just backed a great ape here. What do I do here? I'm hoping this guy's innocent, selfishly for myself, because I'm thinking, Jesus, what the fuck's going on here? This is if this guy shows his subject access request, there's going to be a Netflix documentary. Do you know what I mean? So
looking back on that now, Ronan, yeah, you know, I regret not thinking.
If you could go back to that Honest Truth podcast with Bobby, would you do that differently? What would you say?
I would have been more at that point on the fence and still defending. Now, I wish and I hoped, you know, that the defending I done of him, he was going to be innocent. Because it took a lot out of my life, and it's got a lot of fucking hate towards me just because I defended him on its own. And the way that I was defending him. Right?
Yeah.
Now, like I say, I want resolution to it all. I do not support Decca. I will not ever support Decca or the likes of anybody that's involved with grooming. I proved it against the Muslim community in Telford by going against them. And somebody was trying to make me out to be the complete opposite, that I was supporting them. That's far from the cry, because I put myself in danger twice.
Why?
By going against them.
Why? Why?
Why? Because fuck it. Fuck it. Right? They even come to my place of work. Right? To try and put pressure on me. Right? To get a certain individual to drop charges against the victim. Fuck it. Right? You made me say it. Right? Now, I sent a stern message back. I'll fucking hurt them all if they touch the victim or that certain individual that was given evidence. Right? I told them. Right? That I'd fucking hurt them. I told them to their face. Right? If the judge finds you guilty, you're guilty. Right? If the judge finds you innocent, you're innocent. I told them to their face. Right? I told them if they go near the victim, right, I will do fucking something. Now, out of the 5 of them, right, 1 of them was found not guilty. And 5 got sent to fucking jail where they deserve to be.
Well, like on another subject, a lot of them got away with just away from what you went through there. But if you actually want to talk about, are you talking about the Telford incident there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's it's quite clearly that there's an agenda going on there. In my opinion, that's not me sitting saying that it's a that's not me saying it's a religious agenda or anything like that. But there's a clear agenda with
the individual out there making me out, right? That I'm
no, I'm not talking about you, Steve. I'm talking about Steve. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the grooming gangs, how they're able to sort of organize themselves in that way and get away with that. It's absolutely disgusting. And I mean, there's more people. There hundreds of people should be arrested and charged for that, and haven't been. They haven't been.
Doing nothing about it. 40 years, mate. 40 years. 40 years. Right? It's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
When are the authorities going to listen? When are the police going to do something about it? Just because me as an individual went against a Muslim gang in Telford, right? I put my life at fucking risk with what I had done 3 times, 3 incidents. One incident I'm not even going to mention. I've said more than enough to get me in trouble again.
What I'm thinking about here, Stephen, it's just me getting everything out on the table here, right? And questions are just popping up in my head. But if I just say, for instance, I'm going through a scenario with a grooming gang in Ireland here, right? And then at the same scenario, I'm collaborating with a guy, we'll call him Paul, right? And Paul's big on YouTube, and Paul's got a big platform, and Paul's telling me there's a trolling campaign of people calling him a root, right? So I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm already in one scenario here with grooming gangs, and I'm innocent in this here, and I'm just for what you told us here, you said, look, I'm innocent in this here, that I was just caught up in a scenario that I shouldn't have been caught up in. But why then should you not have learned from the grooming gang scenario and then not get involved so much in the Deca Higgy scenario? Does that make sense?
Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have even passed judgment on fucking on Dickie being innocent. Maybe I shouldn't have defended fucking Deca. We all make mistakes, right? That's one mistake I made, defending Deca. There's plenty of people watching now, right, have been more than guilty of one fucking incident in their lifetime to be put behind jail for, right? So if they're not being persecuted for their past, I don't expect no one to persecute me for one mistake, right, that I made defending one individual when I came to my senses, right, and now I'm against him and not for him. I don't give a fuck what any of you YouTubers, right, I've got to say here after this, right, because I don't work or defend Decca in any way, which shape or form.
But do you know what, Steve? This is what I'm saying, and I think this is what the point is, and I think I need to say this again. I don't think it's about just one scenario, right? As I say, we can give a man one. He made a mistake in one scenario. I made a mistake, right? But I think it's the combination of multiple scenarios that you were in, and then on top of that, people are sitting saying, you know, about fake accounts. People are saying about this, and you've explained that tonight. You've talked about that tonight, and look, it's not for me to turn around and say to you, look, you're wrong. I don't believe you. You're not telling the truth. It's up to me to give you the platform to speak, to say your piece, and say what you think. For people to, and then you are going to get judged, mate. You're going to get this is going to be picked apart. People are going to clip this. People are going to say this, that, and the other. It's going to come with the territory. But Steve, if you have proof that you aren't something, show it. Fuck the grooming gangs. Fuck all those people, right? They can all go to hell. Fuck what I think. Fuck what anybody else thinks on YouTube. If you have proof, start a channel, put it out, debate people that are opposing you, and then I think that will be your full resolution. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Ronan, right? I want resolution for the simple fact, right? When I do come back on YouTube, I ain't getting involved in all this fucking mess. I want a fresh start. I want to make a fresh channel, right, with fresh content, right, that ain't based around clickbaiting this and he's done this and he's done that. There's more than enough evidence out there in the public's eye, right, about Dickie, right? I am not going to accept, right, all these individual YouTubers who think they're high and mighty and they're judge. None of you got a certificate to be a fucking judge and jury. Not one of you out there. Right? Maybe if people dug up your shit on your fucking past, let's hammer you for your past and your wrongdoings and your mistakes. Right? I say here and now, like I told you, I've done a video before, right? Apologising to people that I had upset. Now, this video is about redemption and resolution. Right? You all understand, whether you believe it or not, right? I'm absolutely nothing to do with Decker. I don't back him any way, which shape or form. Right? And I will not ever defend or back anybody off this YouTube platform ever fucking again.
That's
right?
good to hear. That's good to hear.
Cheers, Ronan. I mean, take it as you want. People out there, I don't care what you think about me, right? But you think about what I've just said. I do not defend the person. I'm not involved with defending Decker. I've covered the subject about a person trying to make me out to be a prolific defender of paedophiles. Because this evening, I've put out there that I went against certain individuals within the Muslim community of this town. I made it plain and clear to them my thoughts of what individuals have done within the Muslim community. I've covered also, right, my ex receiving messages. I don't fucking condone them at all because they personally did not come direct from me to her. Make it what you want. Say what you want. There's one individual that for the past year, right, has been going around my mates saying, oh, I'm protecting a paedophile just to get information about me. Well, do you know what? That fucking stops today. That fucking ends today. I have nothing to do with fucking protecting people like that. I will not ever defend fucking Decker. What's my thoughts about him? I think I've already made that plain and clear.
Well, do you know what, Steve? The last time, just to say to people in the chat here, I know there's a lot of people asking for links and stuff. The last time Steve done an open floor, I told him to come on and take a batter, and I says, look, you need to answer questions from everybody. Tonight wasn't an open floor because he wanted to come on and talk about the Muslim grooming gangs and Decca. He has spoke about those things. He has. Look, I've give you a bit of a pushback there, Steve. I'm saying this to you now, right? People could come on here. I could post a link that could come on here and they would come on and say whatever they need to say. But I think we can put that all to one side and I can say the reason why you're in this scenario is because there's so many different scenarios. There's so many different things. And you've explained that. You've said what you think. Now, people are going to have a bit of pushback in this. Do you know what I mean? There is going to be pushback in this 100%. But what can you do? It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But
Look, Ronan,
I've said to you, be truthful and nothing will ever be able to come back. If you tell lies, that gains traction. But truths cut things dead. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
See, now, that certain individual, right, that was going around telling my mates I'm defending a paedophile and getting all the information about me, right? He's attacking everybody left, right, and fucking centre. Now, he's from what I've been told, right, he's going around having a pop at fucking everybody that he don't get on with or don't like, diving into their lives the same way that he has done mine. Well, today I'll tell you, it fucking stops, right? Because I've nothing to do with Decker, right? And as for my fucking life, how would you like it if I dived into your fucking life? Told lies to people around you just to get information about someone, right? I had to move home, right? Because of all the fucking this.
Look,
Because
normally I don't read
out there, left, right, and fucking centre. I had to move home to protect myself and my family.
Normally I don't read the comments when I'm listening to you, but somebody has a good point, right? There's somebody says, you need to stay away. It's clear you have no credibility, right? Now, why am I reading that out? It's because it means a lot. Credibility means a lot for people to come on, and I think that's what it is. People think that you have no credibility. You've lost that credibility on YouTube because it came out now. Everything's out in the open. But I think the only way to regain any credibility is just tell the truth on everything. Tonight, can you categorically say you've told the truth on every subject?
Get a fucking lie detector on me, right? I'll tell you exactly the same what I've said tonight, right? I've told the whole truth from top to bottom. I haven't lied once in anything what I've just said. I don't care what the people think, right? Because you're always going to try and discredit me for this, for that, for the other, right?
So you're saying right here live on this, you're saying live you're going to do a lie detector test. You're saying live right now you're willing to do a lie detector test on multiple questions.
If I had a lie detector test in front of me right now, right, I'm telling the truth. I haven't lied once tonight.
Right. Well, let's get this done.
I don't need to take a lie detector test. Right. I've got my acro. Right. I know what's on my acro. If ever a point in my life I don't do a lie detector because you arseholes on YouTube, but I know deep in my heart I can.
Do you know what, Steve? If you done a lie detector test, not about your acro, not about any sexual things, but if you done an acro on questions that people are grilling you on online, I know you say you don't give a fuck about the people online. Okay, that's fine.
Tell these people, right, to donate all the money to you for a lie detector test, and I'll sit and take one.
Well, don't be donating any money to me. I don't want any money.
I'm not any other person. You put it to me, I'll fucking do it, no problem.
Okay, well, there you go.
I won't be about the bush and say, I'll get me acro in 2 weeks. If I need to, I will do one. But I ain't doing it for the silly arseholes on YouTube. But deep in my heart, I will fucking do one if I need to.
There's people saying here, get such and such on. Listen, doesn't matter. Steve Clark says he's going to do a lie detector test and put this to bed. So there you go, guys.
Actually, Ronan, there's one other thing I want to bring to the attention.
Yep.
From that individual who was claiming that I get paid off the Muslim Games.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's also putting it out there because it came from a scorned ex, right? That I slept with a 14-year-old girl. So I suggest that individual, you know who you are, that are claiming I work for the Muslim gangs, do some background checks first. Do all the fucking checks in the world before you open your goddamn mouth, because you've already lied by saying I work for Muslim gangs. You've also lied to say I go against victims of the grooming gang, when quite clearly I can prove beyond reasonable doubt it's quite the opposite. I've attacked individuals of Muslim gangs in Telford. Do your homework properly before you want to start accusing people, because all you're doing is damaging an individual's life.
Is that it, Steve? Is that what you? Is that everything you want to say tonight?
Yeah, I needed to get all that in there. Do your due diligence on claiming I slept with a 14-year-old girl. Go and get your 1,000,000% proof before you open your mouth and accuse me and put it on your fucking videos.
Well, as I say, Steve, you're willing to do a lie detector test and multiple questions to do with this scenario. If you get that done, you pass all that there. I would say the hardest of person going at you would go, "Fuck's sake, I got this wrong," and they would probably apologize. I would do it. I would do it in the morning. Listen. Fuck GoFundMe's. I would just get it done. I would put money away every week until I have enough. I think it's like 250 quid in Essex somewhere to get it done, and that would be it done. And
I mean, I ain't doing that shit just for Facebook. If it was something more important in my life,
Ronan, it's your choice. It's not. Listen, it's all up to you, Steve. Everything's up to you.
I mean, these guys can't tell me to do that unless they're prepared to do one themselves. And their YouTube community, right? These are individual fucking idiots that think they're somebody on the keyboard, where half of them ain't even got a family, let alone a life, right? But if I was in the boots of Dickie, I would have done a lie detector fucking 3 years ago to prove and put all this to bed. Like tonight, I'm on here. I want resolution for all of this. Now, I brought up every single subject that an individual was going to put in a documentary about me, saying that I protect the Muslims in this grooming gang. Wrong. I've gone the opposite way, and I've gone against them and put my life in a fucking danger. Right? And there's an individual in the world that knows that. I put myself in a predicament by calling a Muslim restaurant. Calling a Muslim restaurant out. I got in a heck of a lot of fucking trouble over that.
Well, look, I think we're just regurgitating stuff now. There's no point going over the same stuff. Look, you've covered everything you needed to cover, Steve.
They do their fact finding first before they start looking at seeing a post appear and then saying what they want off of one post. That ain't fact. Tonight I've spoken fact and I've spoken truth, Ronan, and all I've wanted out of all this is resolution. I want to come back on YouTube. I want to come out and put fresh, unadulterated, good tenant onto YouTube. And at the moment, with all this bullshit coming out, right, about me, how do you expect me to get on and make fresh content if I want to come back?
Well, what you could do is if it was me, I would just not listen to anybody else and I would just go on with what I'm doing. But it seems to me that because there's multiple scenarios that you're involved in, that it's hard for you to come online without, people saying stuff to you. So
yeah, but this is situation.
To put that to bed, just as you say, you said it yourself. I never put those words in your mouth. You said them words yourself. He says, "I am willing to do a lie detector test." Excellent idea, Steve. Get it done, and that's it over and done with.
And that individual, Humble, thinks he's funny. Getting one of my exes in the chat. Get her on fucking live.
Well, look, we're not going to make this. We're not going to argue. We're not going to argue here.
Humble, whatever information you've been given, you haven't fact checked it first, right? Somebody said something to you, and you've taken that at face value. Why didn't you look into it and check it out properly? Like how you never checked, right? If I personally went against any one victim in Telford. You went off one post and assumed. You never looked into my past to see me going against the Muslim gangs. No, you never bothered to check any of that. You done no fact checking. So whenever you put in your videos about me getting paid off the Muslim gangs, it's total and utter fucking lies and rubbish, because you cannot prove one thing beyond seeing a post.
Well, there's a person here saying a Fran, right? Saying
That's my ex. That she was passing information to Craig, and Craig was passing it over to Humble.
so, would you be willing to speak to Fran now?
He told the Humble I was sleeping with a 14-year-old. Now, the reason why is because she's a scorned ex. When I got married, right, she didn't take it too well.
Would you be willing to have Fran come on now?
Why did we split up? Right. Why did we split up? It's nothing to do with the fucking public, but maybe I should say it now because the person's telling a whole heap of lies about me that can't be backed. We split up because she cheated on me. Not only did she cheat on me, hold on, but she cheated on me with a paedophile. Not only did she cheat on me and cheat on me with a paedophile, but she cheated on me with a paedophile and got pregnant. 2 weeks later, that paedophile went to jail for 7 years. When I got married, she didn't take it too well. And I've gotten the messages. Now I've got nothing against the person whatsoever.
Well, look, there's Fran there saying, "No, I never. That's a lie." Now,
ask Fran if she wants to come on live then. And
yes, I've just asked. I've asked you that. You know that this is. I did ask you to come on, so it's only to show you the respect to ask you if Fran can come on here. There's a few people that want to come on. I don't want to make this a big argument. I didn't want this to turn into a pattern of people coming on.
I just need to know why her and her mum.
So Fran's coming on. Fran, before you come on, you have to. You don't have to show your face, but when you're backstage, you need to show your face to me, so I know that you're not going to do anything like put anything on the channel. Okay, so I'm going to post the link. Fran, you can come on. You can have your say. And listen, anybody talked about tonight has the right to reply. They can come on and they have the right to reply. Obviously, that's the way.
I haven't said I'd break anyone's windows. I'm not that person. Fran, just come on, right, and let's talk.
So
I know you passed the information to Craig. I know Craig passed it over to Humble, right? I've spoken to Craig, right?
I posted the link there, so if anybody wants to jump on. But look, Steve, we talked about a lot tonight, right? Now, as I say, it's not my job to get it. It's not my job to pick your story apart.
Humble, you get your fucking arse on and come and tell me you told you I slept with a 14-year-old. Because it's quite weird how I know, right, that Fran was passing that information to Craig. And it happened. And you can't lie to me, Mr. Humble, right? Because I know for something like that was said from Fran ages ago, but it was her and her mum saying it, and you said in the text to somebody.
2 seconds, Steve. Sorry to interrupt you. The House of Pain's in, Diet Chips is in. There's a guy called Stevie saying, "I do want to get Fran in here, so Fran can have her say." I understand, but listen, would you be comfortable having other people on here?
Get Wazan on.
Well, there's the House of Pain. He's on here. He wants to PD.
I mean, anybody that ain't involved in this, I don't want. I don't need to answer to. Humble, if you want to come on, Humble.
There's Anthony Burkett. Anthony Burkett's here.
Humble, come and show your face on the live. I've got some questions.
Right, well, hold on. I'll post this again. PD, what's the crack?
I was in the background going, "Get me on, brother. Get me on." Like, come on, Mr. fucking Steve Clark. A lot of dodgy little skeletons in your closet. Just like Tony Burkett's going to want to jump on. Lot of dodgy skeletons in your closet too, Burkett.
No dodgy skeletons in my closet. I'm just a straightforward.
Yeah. This is what I don't get. Decker's a wrong and he's a paedophile and he's a nonce. And Ronan, unfortunately for you, pal, I did try to speak you offline at the very start of your channel, but you've done it your own way. Big up, you've done it your own way.
Yeah. Listen,
Just like that's not Tony Burkett. That's a still image, is it?
if it is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take him off because I don't want. Oh, it's not. He's live.
Is he?
Is that Tony Burkett?
Yep, it's me. Oh, are you,
Was-
you big fat, dirty, greasy bastard? Look at clip here.
Who are you talking to? You little skinny little.
Excuse
Who you talking
me,
to?
you
You skinny
fucking
little
big
fucking.
dick.
The only
Look
reason
at
you were big is
fucking
you took
dirty,
steroids. You little
you
wrong.
big
What are you
dirty
doing with all the
Nazi
money?
bastard.
What are you doing with all the PayPal money, Tony?
Where are
What are you
you,
doing
you
with all the
big
PayPal
dirty
money?
Nazi
With your little
bastard?
patch on your made. Your
Where
little
are
patch
you,
on
you
your made
big
thinks a
dirty
gangster.
Nazi bastard?
So let's talk. No, hold on. I'll let you
Look at
speak.
fucking
I'll let you
Stacey,
speak,
you big
and then you
dirty
let me
Nazi
speak.
bastard.
Go on.
Look
Go
at
on.
clip
Let,
here.
Not
Look
Burkett.
at clip here, you dirty mother's cunt.
Mum,
Look at
That's not
Stacey here,
Burkett.
you dirty
Mum.
mother's bastard.
Mum, is that the best? Oh, no, here's the policeman. This
What's
is
this got to do with you, you fucking absolute
CID Ellis.
LA? You come on
CID
every
Ellis.
channel. You come on every
CID Ellis
channel.
to the
The
cybercrime
things I've
team.
got absolutely fuck all to
CID
do
Ellis
with
to the
you.
cybercrime
Shouting your big
team.
mouth off.
So
You're a
what do
soft
you do?
cunt.
Tell us.
You're a
No, hold
soft
on.
Ellis,
cunt.
give him it,
Hey,
You're an
hey, hey.
absolute
Big
soft
honest man.
cunt.
Big
I
honest
will
man.
smash
Let's
your
start.
fucking head in. All you do is come on these channels, right? Mouthing off, giving it the big one.
So,
All
Paul,
you've got is a
Paul,
mouthpiece, mate. And in
what
my
have you
experience,
done?
people who all
I
they've
just
got
want
is
to
a
ask honest
mouthpiece. I've got
questions.
nothing
I
else.
just want to
You're in
ask
another country,
honest
miles away.
questions.
You come on here, giving it a fucking big one.
Yeah,
You're an
trigger,
absolute nobody.
trigger,
You little
trigger,
pussy.
trigger.
Come and meet me, and I'll smash you to absolute
So-
fucking
Bobby,
pieces.
big up,
You
Bobby. Big
little
up, Bobby.
wanker.
So,
Fuck.
lads.
Paul
on, lads.
Ellis, big up, Bobby. So, Paul
Come on,
Ellis and
lads.
Tony Burkett. The question I want to ask you is, can you show proof of any money has come through PayPal and donations on YouTube and what you are doing with that money?
It's
I mean,
already been
you
done, you
bastard, you
fucking
big
tit.
stiflem.
We've put all the receipts up. It was
No, you
300
haven't.
quid,
No,
and
you
it's
haven't.
already been
No, you
put
haven't.
on Tony's
No, you
channel.
haven't.
So
No, you
fuck
haven't.
off, you
No, you
fucking
haven't.
Oh,
stick.
suck your mother's
Twat.
You
fanny
apparently
flap.
decided.
Fuck
Hey,
off.
Paul.
Ugly bastard.
Fuck
Paul,
off.
why did Paddy
Fuck
Conroy
off.
take your spanner
Come
off
and
you?
meet me. Come and meet
Why
me.
did
Come and
Paddy
meet me.
Conroy
Come
take
and
your
meet me.
spanner off you?
Come and
Why
meet
did
me.
Paddy
You
Conroy take your
fucking
spanner?
minge.
Because you're a
You fucking
policeman.
minge. Come
You're a
on then.
policeman.
Meet me.
You're
Come
a
and meet me.
policeman, Paul.
Come and meet
You're a
me. Come
policeman,
and meet me and
Paul.
we'll
You're a
discuss it.
policeman.
Come and
You're
meet
a
me and we'll
policeman,
discuss
Paul.
it. But
You're
I
a
tell you
policeman.
what, come and meet me
You're
and we'll
benefit
discuss it. You
cowardly
fucking
You are
twat.
benefit cheats.
Thick,
You are benefit
stupid,
robbers, and you are wrong'uns.
mouthy, loud
Benefit
cunt.
cheats and benefit
No one's
wrong'uns.
interested. You talk
What have
shit.
you done with
You've
the
got
PayPal
nothing
money?
to say. You've
Show
got
proof.
nothing interesting to
Show
say.
proof.
You're an
Show
absolute
the proof
prick.
of what you've
Now
done with the
fuck
PayPal
off.
money.
Come and meet me.
Show the
Come and meet me.
proof.
If you're not going to meet
Show
me,
the
you've
proof
got
what
nothing
you've
to
done
say. So
with the
fuck off.
PayPal
You
money.
absolute
Show
pussy.
the proof of what
Pussy.
you've done
Pussy.
with the PayPal
Pussy.
money. You
Fucking
bunch of
pussy.
wrong'uns.
Pussy.
You're a wrong'un.
Minge.
Yeah. I'm a pussy.
Minge.
You're a big man. Come
Yeah, I'll
see me then.
fucking smash you
Jump on
already,
a
you
plane.
fucking little
Jump on a
pussy.
plane. Jump on a
Anytime.
plane.
Come and
You
meet me.
ugly cunt.
Come and meet me. Anytime. You fucking minge. I'll
Jump on a
fucking
plane.
kill you.
Jump
I'll
on a
fucking
plane.
rip your throat out and
Jump on a
feed it to
plane.
you, you fucking silly cunt.
Do you know what to do? Do you know what to do, Paul? Use the
Fuck off.
PayPal money. Use the
Fuck
PayPal money to jump on a plane and come see me. Yeah, you little wrong'un. Jump away.
Right,
You little policeman.
Where
You
you,
little
where you
policeman.
at, you big ball bastard? Where you at? Where you at?
I'm up
Where
your
you
mother's
at? I'm
cunt.
gonna show you.
I'm up your mother's
Where
cunt.
you at?
That's what I'm
No
at.
good, Ronan. This
You
is no good,
dirty
mate.
ball bastard.
I'm up your mother's
Look at
cunt.
clip
What
here.
is that, Ronan?
Show where
Right.
you put the... No, Bobby, I like you, yeah?
Mute them. Let them talk one at a time, fella.
Right.
I fucked your mother every night. She fucking loves it. You
Set
big
the rules,
dirty nosy
Ronan.
bastard. Get up, you big cowardly cunt. Now get
Fucking
fucked.
calm corners. Come out.
Right.
Bastard.
Tony, you're
Get
breaking up,
you
mate.
big cowardly bastard.
I've muted
You
PD for a
dirty
second.
nosy bastard. You dirty paedophile bastard. Look at Steve here. Go get a wash your fucking clip.
Calm corners.
You
Come
fucking
out.
ass
This one.
Now get
Tony, you're
fucked.
breaking up, mate. Tony, you're breaking up.
Can you mute them, Ronan? I just want to say something.
Yeah. So I'm. Yeah. So right. Okay.
So,
everybody,
just let me say one thing. Bobby, respect you 100%, Ronan. All I wanted to know was where this PayPal money that they say they're up and down the country with, they're interviewing victims when they should be nowhere near victims. They're not trained professionals. They should be nowhere near victims. Bobby, I get what they're trying to do. We're all on the same boat. Deckers are wrong. They shouldn't be putting PayPal links out saying for this, money for that. They're fucking internet begs. The only views and runs they've ever done is to another wronging Paddy Conroy shit.
Did Paul not say he posted the receipts though?
What receipts? Where's the receipts? Show me the receipts.
I think he just said that. I'm not listening.
Where are they, Ronan? I've not seen them, Ronan. I've not seen them.
If Paul says that he's got receipts, then listen, he's got. Yeah, okay, then I think Paul will. I think he will. But listen, it's instead of look, everybody can ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. I think, but that tonight, that's not sort of why I got everybody on. I thought people were just going to ask Steve questions. You
started this acro shit, man.
Yes, I did. Yeah, you're right. No, listen. No, listen. I have to say it 100%. I did start this. Actually, I didn't. It was Steve actually told me about the subject access request, and then that's when I brought that out in December time.
Can I just say something?
Work away, Bobby.
Thank you, guys. PD, how you doing, mate? Steve,
big up,
hello. Ronan, listen, we've come on to hear what Steve has to say about his past and what he's doing and where he's at.
Yeah.
Now, PD and Paul Ellis and Tony Burkett, they have issues. I understand they have issues. And why can't we arrange another evening where we can get between them and we can do this sensibly, and you can ask the questions, PD, and they can ask the questions.
I'll do it on your channel, Bobby.
Let me just finish, and we can get some answers, because that's just getting nowhere, was it, guys? Let's be honest. But I was trying
to ask genuine, honest questions that people in the chat and a lot of people are asking, Bobby.
Okay, that's fine.
Tony Burkett said he was getting his acro weeks ago. But Tony said weeks ago he was getting his acro. Tony said that from his own fucking mouth. Where is it?
Well, how about that either myself, because I've got a new channel, or Ronan, if he's up for it.
No, do it in your channel. Do it in your channel, mate. Do it in your channel.
Right. Well, we can get together and I can mediate between you, and we can have a sensible and get some proper answers. You know what I mean? You can write all these questions down, PD. I know that you're speaking for a lot of people. They're speaking for a lot of people, and it's a big, at the moment, it's a big,
Listen,
it's a mess.
I can understand. I'm not knocking what they're trying to do. 100%. I'm genuinely, Bobby, not knocking what they're trying to do. PD, but Tony Burkett jumps on a live and calls a lot of people and a lot of names. He's no better. If Tony Burkett and Paul fucking Ellis and Paddy fucking Conroy are the faces of Ronan and Decca Heggie, well, the world is fucked.
Right. Well,
I understand.
And here's Humble. Here's Humble. Me and Humble agree, but we disagree. Hello, Humble.
I understand what you're saying.
That's always good. Right? That's always good.
I just seen Humble in the
I agree with what they're trying to do, but I disagree with the way.
You're a Heggie Lickers, cunt. You're a Heggie Lickers.
Right, can we let Humble? I'm going to mute everybody and let Humble speak to Steve.
Show me where you've done your background checks on.
Shut up, you slavering bastard! You sit down there. Shut up,
me again.
Sit down. Shut up.
Have you?
Sit down. Shut up until I speak to you.
You've done your fucking background checks.
Sit down.
Why I've done against Muslim gang in Telford.
Mugwater. Sit down.
You're going off of one post that you've seen, and then you're making it out to be.
Sit down until I speak to you. Don't speak until you're spoken to. Sit down.
For the shit, because you start on every fucker.
You fucking sit down. Becky, sit down.
You come unstuck because I've shown proof. I've gone against the Muslim gangs.
See that chin? I was trying to hold it together, right? Because I've got
no background checks. You've done no background checks whatsoever.
I don't need to do a background check on you to find out. I just need to be a couple of cops to find out you're a fucking wrong one. Sit down.
I've gone against the fucking grooming gangs in Telford.
Right, so Steve, John, right, so what questions and what things need to be brought forward and addressed here?
Right, okay. So Steve there's making himself look like fucking MI5 for the new informer of the Muslim Telford grooming gangs. Shut up until I fucking speak to you.
You fucking fuck.
You fucking liar. You ain't done no background fucking checks, have you? You seen a post and then you decided to
I
write.
thought your wife's dying, mate. Have a wee bit
You
of
know
respect.
what? I'm a
Please,
proud
yeah.
Irishman, but big up Tommy Robinson.
Sit down there. You're in every hate group. I've sent Ronan some stuff there just to surprise you before you go off screen.
You seen
So-
one post that was put in the Tommy Robinson hate group. One post.
Steve,
And then you decided to write what the fuck you wanted. Well, I've proved with information and correspondence, right? I've gone against the Muslim people that have been accused
when was that, Steve?
of doing it in Telford.
When was that, mate?
None of your fucking business. But I've sent correspondence to
Because you're a
somebody.
lying
I
bastard.
sent
The price of
correspondence
nose
to
isn't coming through the
this
screen.
year.
Your
right?
nose,
This
your
year,
nose
the
is
post-
shite.
Listen, let me tell you something. The post was put up, right, in February. Dick Splash, right? Facebook enlightened me, right, to militia. What do they call it? Malicious activity on my account.
Malicious, mate. I'll help you spell it. When you malicious,
In
we'll not
April.
right,
And
okay.
it's weird how that post went up in February, and you're deep in a fucking argument with me, and I've got
I
correspondence.
don't need to argue with you, mate.
I've gone against the Muslim fucking
I'm not arguing with you.
that have committed crimes in this town. I've gone against them. It put me in the shit and in fear for my life.
So why did you
I
victim
can prove
shame?
that. And
Shut up,
you're saying to
Becky.
people, I'm getting
Come
paid
on.
off the Muslim gangs.
So let him,
You're saying
let
why
okay,
represent
let
gangs
John
in
answer. Let
I've
John
proved
answer the
quite
question.
fucking opposite. So that's shut your mouth on that fucker.
Right.
You ain't
Okay.
done your homework correctly.
Right. So let John's got it right. So
Right.
John.
Sit back in that chair, right? And it's shaped for you. Sit back. That's you. That's it.
Can you
Remember
read the
your-
message from that little
Remember you keep complaining about a dying wife. Have a wee bit of respect for her in the house, right? Stop shouting. Everybody can hear you fine. Right? Just behave. Behave, right? So you said you put that post up in February,
No, the post was put up in February. And do you know how I know? I saw it on your video.
So, right, I'm not catching you there. Right, forget the fucking post, right? Because
No,
I'm just going to
I'm
cut
getting
straight to the
into the post.
nitty gritty.
Just you're
Hold on,
making
let-
out,
I
you're
want to hear
making
what
out I
John
get
has to say.
paid. You're
Steve,
making out and telling people I got paid off the Muslim gangs.
I've
and I
never seen you get paid off the Muslim
That is
grooming gang.
exactly what you're
I
saying.
said you worked in a shop in Finger Road stores. I
No,
never seen you get paid from the Muslim grooming gang, you lying bastard.
You did.
When?
It's on your fucking video, you mong.
Never said you get paid for them. You're a fucking stupid enough. No cunt needs to pay you. You're fucking thick.
Go back and rewatch your video.
You're what you call fucking pay fucking nuts. You get fucking monkeys. You're
You
one
said
of
I'm
them.
working for him.
You're nuts.
Right. So what I'm
You
going
said
to
I'm
do is,
working
guys, what I'm going to do
for
is,
the Muslim pedo
Steve,
gang.
shut
Steve,
up.
I'm going to mute Steve just for a minute. I'm going to let Humble say, and then I'm going to have Steve. I'm going to let Steve reply to what he says. Okay.
So basically, he said there that posting up in February, right?
Yeah.
And he said that he loves Tommy Robertson, and he's a liar. He's in every single fucking anti-fucking Tommy Robertson group going, right? Robinson, sorry. Now, he victim shamed. Shush, you're on mute, you fucking idiot. How many times you got to be put in mute? Yeah. So he victim shamed Nicola. The Nicole girl was in the Tommy Robertson documentary a few weeks ago. I've got the post, Steve. I sent it to Ronan. Ronan's sitting with it now. Yeah, that wasn't back in February. You see, what you need to do, mate, to be a liar, you need to have a good memory, right? So see if you just tell the truth. Yeah? You just need to tell the truth. You victim shame people up and down this country, you fat fucking useless piece of shit. Yeah? And see, you've got to have to move house again and again and again, because what you've done, i.e. fucking contacting my family, you will pay your fucking diligence for that, mate. You will reap what you sow. You will move all over the fucking country. You'll end up in protection. And I'm telling you your future. I've laid it in a red carpet for you. And the 14-year-old wasn't told by Fran, but Fran's just said it in the night in the chat. Yeah, you blamed Fran. That came from a guy from the Lost Boy biker group in Telford, which you get fucking put out in about 2011 or something like that. You're a fucking lying bastard. You've got the fucking Strop crime, yours. Magic Dimension, yours. And you're sitting there denying it. You've been caught fucking red-handed because you're stupid. And I felt sorry for you. The last time Ronan let you on, I was giving you the opportunity to say, right, I'm sorry. And you fucked it. So you will move house, and you will move house again, and you will move house again. You'll keep moving all over the country. You've got to be in protection. That's what's going to happen to you. Because now you're in trouble with the Muslims.
Right, so I'm going to let Steve reply to that, okay? Steve,
Right.
go ahead.
Right, number one, nothing was put out in 2011. Prove where the comment come from about the 14-year-old girl.
What's number two?
You're going to number three, right? You're just going around telling people, oh, I defend Decker, I defend Decker. Well, you got that wrong because I don't defend Decker, right? Number four, I've already...
Yeah, technically number three. It's actually number three, Steve.
Number three, is it, mate? All right. Number three, I already told you earlier.
How is he doing that?
I told you earlier I was giving posts to people to put up onto a channel for me. Right?
I can do what I want, Ronan. Just remember
Number
that.
number four, look back on your video, right? And you were saying I work for a Muslim gang in Telford. So you've seen one post on one site, and then you're going around saying that I work for the Muslim gangs. Well, unfortunately, I went against individuals of the Muslim community in this town, and it got me in some serious fucking bother. I had to do a lot of fucking apologising, right? On one incident, right? On another incident, right?
Hold on. Let's get back to that point. So you had to do a lot of apologizing. So what did you do? And why did you have to suck the Muslim brothers' cocks? Tell us, come on, tell us why. Tell us, come on, tell us.
I had to apologise to a restaurant that I wrongly accused, right, of being involved in the pedo gangs. It was the same.
No, tell the truth. You ate a load of food in the restaurant, you fat cunt, and you walked out and you didn't pay. And now you think you're in trouble with the Muslim gangs. Let's just be straight.
There's two fucking restaurants in Telford with the same name, right?
Yeah, Johnny Wings and Johnny Wongs.
I put the comment.
I knew you fat cunt. You went in, you didn't pay because you didn't have the money, you fat cunt.
Yeah,
that's the only reason you're in trouble with Muslim gangs. You fat piece of shit.
No,
you fat cunt. No, Ronan, sorry, Ronan. I'll mute myself like you tried to do to me earlier. I'll mute myself.
So he's muting himself. This is how he's doing it. He's muting himself before I can mute him, so then he has the control of muting.
Right, okay, Ronan, watch this. You mute me, Ronan. Mute me.
Right, okay, right. I want to see
mute
this.
Me. Right. Hello, cunt.
How the fuck is he doing that?
I am the king of YouTube, and I'll always be the king of YouTube. And you people are my peasants.
I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say.
I'm only joking, you cunt. Shut up. Come on, I'm only joking.
Goes around making lies about people.
Oh, you smelly fat cunt. Where? Hold on. And I'm not taking over, right? I'm not taking over. I'm not taking over from this paedophile nonce beside me, this cunt, and Humble Dryer. I'm not taking over from their conversation. Where's Tony Burkett and Paul Ellis now? I'm on a live. Jump on, boys. Don't run off. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's only PD. It's only PD. It's only, don't be scared. Tell us where you're carrying money.
I can't see you.
Can I have a say, guys?
Yeah,
right.
Of course you can,
this is my view. Okay, guys, I don't want to sit on the fence, but I don't understand why you've come on here, Steve, and what you want to gain from tonight. I was hoping to see a different Steve Clark.
Okay,
now, you don't come across as very convincing, mate. I'm sorry. And I do think you're Magic Dimensions. I don't think you've got a friend running Magic Dimensions and he posts for you. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous statement. And the problem you've got, Steve, is you've come on with self-pity, saying that people are attacking you for being a decent guy. And in fairness, I just want to say, in fairness, going to a restaurant and accusing of an heinous crime is not something and nothing, Steve. That's a dangerous thing to do. You have to do proper investigation.
Well,
And
that's
I'm
exactly
sorry,
my
Steve,
point.
but you've
Well,
come in
Bobby,
here,
that's
and
my-
if
that's
you
my
could just
character.
answer one question, please, Steve. What are you wanting to gain from coming on here live talking to Ronan? That's a simple question.
Well, the whole point to this was resolution over the fact, right? It all started with me defending Decker, right? It ended without me
Potato.
protecting Decker, right? Now, I wanted resolution to all of that issue that I have nothing to do with the fucking person, right? I want resolution to all of that. Anything else, you know, is in between. But when people want to make lies up, when they haven't fact checked stuff, and they just want to go off one
Yeah,
post.
Steve, you can't say them fact check stuff when you're attacking a business, a public business that's at risk of being attacked themselves if you get the information wrong. You can't
Bobby,
do that, Steve.
Bobby, I understand that, but that's the
Welchie,
sort
show
of
your
person
face,
I
mate.
was. I attacked that company, right, for the sake of saving what I knew about the paedophilia groups at a restaurant. It was the right name restaurant, but it was in the wrong area, Telford. Do I
Yeah.
regret that? Yes, because it caused me
But it's
serious
such a taboo subject that it's so dangerous to start accusing people of things like that. It's such a dangerous subject.
Exactly my point, Bobby. I said to that about the restaurant, and
Right.
and Humble is trying to prove
Welchie,
that
show your
I'm
face,
working
mate.
for them and not against them. So that one incident proves I don't work for the Muslim gangs, meaning I haven't gone against any victim.
Whether you do or you don't,
first, did he? Before
it
he
doesn't
started
interest me. What interests me
You're
is
a
you coming on and redeeming yourself. And yeah, you've made mistakes. You backed the wrong horse, but you've not really gone that far. You've touched on that subject, and that should be your starting point.
Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, I've proved to the world I ain't on Decker's side. I've proved to the world I don't support Decker any which way, shape, or form. Anybody can say and judge me on how they like. I've been honest with everything that I've said tonight. Now, if I was willing to
Hey, Paul, hold on. Paul, I don't think my dog hands are clean. I don't think my dog hands are clean enough, Paul. I don't think my dog hands are clean enough, Paul. I'll get out and start cleaning them, man. Get out and clean my dog hands, Paul. Do what you're told.
We'll try to keep this respectful, guys.
Stop
And ask
interrupting
good
people to
questions.
speak.
Paul speak,
I'm going to go clean my dog around, you little fool. PC Ellis. PC Ellis. Go clean my dog runs.
You're a potato, Steve.
No, that's you. You got the wrong person.
So you are. You're a potato, mate.
Right. So, Pete, notice Paul's came on here, and he wants. Paul and PD want to have a say to each other here. So let's have.
I answered his question before.
Yeah.
He asked about the receipts.
Where's the receipts? Where are the receipts?
I'm just going to tell you if you let me speak.
Can you do me a favor? I don't want to see paper receipts. Can you screenshot every PayPal incoming?
Sorry.
Just screenshot incoming PayPal.
No, I'm not doing you a favor. I don't like you. So the receipts are
screenshot incoming PayPal.
I'm not doing you any favors. I don't do favors for people who I don't like and I don't get along with. Their screenshots are all there on Tony's channel. So if you want to see them, there they are. I'm not going to go any further than that. So if you're saying that I'm still lying,
Tony's non-molestation order. Is Tony's non-molestation order on his channel?
Say that again, mate.
Tony's non-molestation order on his channel also, like the receipts.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
So Tony's non-molestation order, you don't know what that means?
No.
Is that not on his channel too, no?
I don't know what you mean, non-molestation.
Is the NFAs of Grape from Tony on Tony's channel? And don't get me wrong, Paul, let me just explain. Decker's a wrong and he's a nonce. 100% he's a nonce. But you two are two nonces as well. Two wrong-uns. But you're an ex-policeman. You work for the cyber
I don't
crime.
think PD, I honestly listen. See, I don't think. See, when it comes to Paul, right? Honestly, Paul, I don't believe Paul's any of those things.
PD, Paul's produced his paperwork, mate.
All my fucking paperwork, cunt.
Right.
Fuck you.
Trust me, Huz. He said
I'd love to meet you. How can I meet you? How can we meet?
Jump on a plane.
You jump on a plane to me. I'm not spending money.
Well, you want to meet me, bitch, so jump on a plane. See your big flat nose. See your big flat nose. See just that right knuckle there. That will drive your flat nose even flatter. So don't come on here playing Billy Big Bollocks and after me. I just told you where to see me. Don't play Billy Big Bollocks. Come see me, Billy Big Bollocks.
Yeah, okay. So all of
Hitting
these
big
fight
dollars.
platforms that they're doing, I'll do it on any single one of them for free. Anyone, I'll fight you on any
I
one of
don't
them.
fight for charity. I don't fight for charity.
No, for free. I'll do it for free. For free.
So come see me then. Come see
I'm
me.
not going on a plane miles away. We'll have to
Yeah,
do
do you know
it
what to
somewhere
do?
neutral.
Get your PayPal fans on your YouTube to pay for it.
Mate, I've never had a PayPal on my YouTube. I've never
Yeah,
asked for
you
money.
little fucking YouTube
Never ever
bum.
asked for money
Yeah,
on my
YouTube
channel. Never in
bum.
my life.
Not
Never
one of
have I
these
asked for
YouTube.
donations.
And John, this is what.
Never have I
John,
asked
this is
for
why I
money.
don't like these people,
My
John.
channel's
This is why,
monetized,
John,
right?
John, let me speak to a real man.
No, let
me
me
speak to a real
No,
man.
let me speak.
Right.
No,
Let me
me
speak
hold
to a
on.
real man.
No, let
Not
me
you.
speak. No,
Right,
let me
Petey,
speak.
Petey,
My
let us go on,
channel
have
is
a say.
monetized and
Let
I've
him
never
speak.
even drawn any of the money out because it's hardly anything there, mate. I've never had a donation. I've never had a fucking PayPal account. Nothing. Never asked for a penny. Humble.
So all I'm saying to you, all I'm saying is, I'm not jumping on you, right? I'm not attacking you.
You are jumping on me.
But all I'm saying is, show the fucking proof, man.
No,
Show the proof.
I've just told you where the proof is, you fucking idiot. It's on
Stephen.
Tony's channel. We got 300 quid that I was involved in for donations. Every single receipt for that 300 quid for petrol, whatever it was, a hotel bill is all in that fucking
So
video.
when
go look
fucking
at it,
Tony and
if
Paddy,
that's not
so
good
when
enough
Tony
for
and
you, I
Paddy are
don't
on,
care.
when Tony and Paddy are on,
You know
begging
what it is?
sheds, begging this, begging that. When
I've
Tony
never
and Paddy
begged
are on,
anything. What have I begged? You
begging,
tell me. You
begging,
show me somewhere
begging,
where I begged for something. Show me.
begging.
When?
Don't
Show me
be-
where.
PD,
Brother, the flies out there all over, man.
Where? What of
In all-
me asking
in
for
all
money?
fairness-
Where?
listen,
Show me, please.
listen,
Show
in all
me.
fairness-
I
in
never
all
mentioned
fairness-
your name,
in
Paul.
all
You're tied
fairness,
into this
Paul-
because
You're talking
Paul
to me, you fucking clown. How have you not
I
mentioned
just
my
said
name?
you
It's me
cunt.
talking
If you
to,
open your
you
fucking big
fucking-
ears,
You
your
are
ears are
so
fat enough
thick.
because your
I've
head's
never
fat enough.
ever
If you
spoken
open
to
your fucking
someone
ears,
this thick.
you'll hear what I
You're
said.
fucking brain dead, mate.
Tony
You forget
and
what you
Paddy
said
are
1
on
second to the
on a
next, you fucking
nightly
idiot.
begging for this and begging for that.
What have I
Begging.
begged? What have I begged?
In all
When?
Tony
fairness, I
and
don't
Paddy,
think Paul's
Tony
never
and
actually
Paddy are on
asked
a
for anything.
nightly
Tony and Paddy
begging
are
in
not
the
me.
shed.
Go and
Begging.
speak to Tony and Paddy.
Begging.
Tony and Paddy have nothing to do with me. They do what they
Why
want.
aren't they? Well, hold on. Why aren't they having to do with you? You're up in the shed too. You're Tony's best mate.
Mate,
He's
I go to
PayPal's
fucking
off
the
on.
office at work. I go to different places. It don't mean I'm them people.
Yeah, in
You
the
are
office on the
so
cybercrime
stupid.
cybercrime
You are
unit.
such a stupid man. I've never come
No,
across
no.
simple.
Us
You are
people
absolutely
are not
simple. You
stupid.
really are.
Because
Simple.
we'd like to see the proof.
Whoa.
We'd like to see the proof of where your money
I've given
is
you the
going.
proof. I've provided
Where's
it.
your documentary? Where's your doc? So, Paul, can I ask you
The
this?
trailer's coming next week for the documentary.
Why do you think that you're educated and smart enough to speak to victims of sexual crimes?
I've not spoke to a victim of sexual crimes.
So I thought your money was to go around and speak to victims.
PD,
No, I never spoke to a single victim.
No, John. Oh, no, John. I'm sorry. They said that their money was to go around and speak to victims up and down this country.
We were speaking to witnesses. We didn't say victims. We were speaking to different people who were involved in the story. We said that victims were coming forward, but the victims that came forward were told to us about by somebody else. By somebody.
So
who was
what
on
right have you got to go and speak to victims?
But he never done it.
My God, I can't cope with this guy. He's too thick, man.
Right, give me no.
Oh,
he-
yeah.
PD, he did produce his acro, right? It was 2 pages, driving offence and something stupid. In all fairness, not one penny did it go. It wasn't Paul that set up the GoFundMe or nothing, mate. And,
No,
and
but
he,
John, you know
and
what
I-
I'm saying. John, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of other people have been asking
I know that,
the
but,
same
but
thing.
for the last couple of weeks, well, I think, well, they hadn't actually fallen out, but I think Paul had went his own way. He'd doing his own thing.
Well, I was doing my own
That's
thing
why.
anyway.
That's why they took your spanner, then, Paul. Is it? Is that why they took your spanner, then, Paul? Is it?
Sorry.
Is that why they took your spanner? Because everyone would like to know why did Paddy take your spanner?
Oh,
Everyone would
because,
like to know.
because I tell you why. I didn't even know I had a spanner on Paddy's channel. I'm not a mod. I don't do modding. I'm not a mod on anybody's channel. If I was going to be a mod on anyone, it'd be Ronan's, because Ronan's like
You're rolling sound.
best
Rolling
mate.
sound.
But
Okay.
I didn't know I had a spanner. So I heard a story that my spanner's gone. I don't really care, mate. It's something to do with Paddy's got some admin.
My issue isn't with you, Paul.
Can I speak? Are you just going to speak over me all the time?
Yeah, of course I will. I'll speak whenever I want to speak.
Go on then.
But my issue isn't with you, Paul. It's not. It's not personally with you. I've seen your thing. Whatever. Do your own thing. My issue is with fucking Tony Burkett on a nightly begging for. He's begging.
Well,
You
right,
might
well, go
see
speak to
it.
him then. Nothing to do with me. I don't care. Tony's my
Well,
mate.
he ran
Tony
off,
does what he
man.
wants to do.
He
He's
ran
not,
off for her.
I'm not his
He ran
keeper.
off.
I'm not responsible
off.
for him. Sorry?
But he ran off. But
Yeah, but
up
now
to
he's still having to go for me, having to go
but
at
up
me
to
for
2
things that
minutes
are
ago,
nothing to do
up
with
to
me.
2 minutes
Because it's
ago,
what you do, mate.
up
I've
to
seen you
2
going on
minutes
other
ago,
channels.
I
I've
thought
seen
you
you
were
going
his
on
best mate.
I've
Up
seen
to
you
2
going on
minutes ago.
Exposure TV for the last few nights, right? Having a go at people for things that you know nothing about. It's like tonight. The reason I was saying to Ronan in the chat, don't let this PD on, is because it is about Steve.
I'm round YouTube streets longer than you'll ever be.
So I said to Ronan, why are you letting PD on? He's irrelevant. He's nothing
I'm
to do
on
with it.
YouTube
I don't know
longer
why
than
you're
you'll ever
even
be.
here. What?
I'm on YouTube longer than you'll ever be.
It doesn't
know
matter
how
that
these
you're on
people
YouTube.
start.
You're not involved in this scenario with Steve Clark. So fuck off.
Who are you telling to fuck off?
You
little
fucking
wasteman.
silly
So
bastard.
why
Fuck
are you
off.
getting involved in Decahegi? What's it got to do with you?
What do you mean?
With
What's it got to
Decahegi?
do with me?
Why have you involved yourself with this? Why have you involved yourself with the kids crime fucking the kiddie crime thing with Paddy Conn? Why did you involve yourself with that?
No, I didn't.
What's that got to do with you?
It's not nothing to do with me.
Exactly, it's nothing to do with you. So why involve yourself?
I don't work on that with Paddy.
Not anymore. You don't. You did.
I didn't in the first place.
Oh, okay.
I'll be probably in Paddy's shed this Saturday, to be honest with you. But that's got nothing to do
Sucking
with
his left nut.
documentaries
Sucking
I
his
do
left nut.
or this or anybody else do. It's nothing to do with it.
What's your overall game? What's your overall game with Decahegi? What's your overall game? What's your end game with Decahegi? What are you trying to achieve?
I would like to see him completely off social media altogether.
Never happen. It will never happen. It will never happen.
Right, guys.
Well,
I want to get this back
that's
to
what I'm
Steve
trying
Clark,
to do.
okay?
So,
Because
what's your end goal? Coming on here and
John
just
wants to
mithering
speak about him here.
My end goal is I'm not out to end anyone or cancel anyone on YouTube, but I'm out to call bullshit on what I see as bullshit. That I personally, as a man, see as bullshit. I'm out to call it out, and I'm entitled to do it. That's my end game.
To do it, mate. But when you're calling out bullshit that based on lies and things that you've made up, and
well, show the proof then. Show the proof.
I've shown you the proof, mate. You're
show
coming
the
in
proof
saying
of where
that.
the money's gone. Show the proof of where the money's gone.
I've just told you the fucking proof.
You haven't shown me anything. You've shown me your ugly mug. You've shown me your big, greasy, ugly mug.
And you've
not shown me any proof. You've shown me no proof.
Respectful, please.
No, Ronan, he showed me no proof.
Listen, how about this here? How about you go over, you check it out on Tony's channel. If it checks out, then that's it. Sweet.
Exactly.
But I've asked you for the proof.
Anyway,
I've asked you for the proof here and now.
It's supposed to be about Steve. It's supposed to be about Steve.
Show the proof.
All right, I'll leave it like this, right? I don't like you. I think you're a prick. It won't bother me if I never see you again.
No one cares about you.
Listen, one sec. If you want to fight, I'd love that. Anytime.
Come see me.
Tell me how we're going to do it. No, I'm not coming over there. If there's a way that we can do it, then let me know.
Don't be shook. Don't be shook. Come see me
anytime.
Don't be shook.
Don't be shook. All day long. Every day.
Come see me. Don't be shook. Come see me. I just offered you to come see me. Don't be shook.
No, you come see me anytime, mate.
Where are you living?
You've offered me, so come see me.
Right, I'm going anyway. See you later, guys.
Right, Paul. Right.
See you later, Paul.
PD, where are you living?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Irish. I live in Prague.
Right, so maybe we're going to have a 3D Fight Club Prague, could we?
Come see me. Ronan, I'm only here 5 months.
Ronan,
I've been in Ireland for 20 years. No one came saw me there.
Pound a pint.
And humble, you've seen it. I'm on YouTube 5 years, Ronan. No one came see me in Ireland. Come see me here.
So, so is that it? Has everybody said what they needed to say? John, Bobby, Steve, PD, is everybody sweet?
Well, if I could
I'd just like to know where the money's going. That's all. My point is, I'd like to know where the money's going.
Okay, well, listen, you've asked Paul a question. He said, look, there's sort of there's proof over in Burkett's channel, so go check it out. See if that sits well with you. If it doesn't, sure, contact him on Instagram or something. Then you can maybe speak behind the scenes, and he might send you whatever you need sent.
No, he should put it up for everyone else to see.
Well, whatever. Yeah, he should. He's saying it's on
claiming money off YouTube people. He's claiming money off YouTube people. They're begging on YouTube on a nightly occasion, Ronan. Tony Tony Burke, especially on a nightly, is begging on his YouTube.
I've never seen Paul ask for money.
I need a
No,
puppy.
either boy. No, either boy.
So, Bobby, what did you want to say?
Well, look, it's getting a bit heated tonight, which is it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's always good to have a difference of opinion. Okay, PD. Personally, I like the guy. He's straight speaking. Yeah, he's very forward with how he says things and how he comes across, which can be offensive to some people, not to others. But we need people to disagree. It's always great to debate. You've got to have two sides of a coin. So yeah, it's important to have that.
As long as you.
But when you get so loud, if he gets too loud and too aggressive, it's absolutely nothing, is it? It's not going to get.
I think PD knows how the YouTube algorithms work.
If you was in a court of law, you would and used offensive or inappropriate language or aggressive attitude, they would. You've lost straight away. End of. So really, to get anything sorted, you really need to put your point across and listen as well. You know, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. And who's this guy at the top in the blue? What is this guy? This guy doesn't realise how serious things are with this guy. He's just a crazy.
Listen, this is Steve Clark, man. I don't even know why he's even getting time on YouTube. I actually don't understand why he's even been given the time on YouTube. Right, really don't. Go look after your missus. Your missus is almost dead, you can't. Go mind your missus. Get off YouTube.
Comes on here.
Get off YouTube then. You're fucking wrong. Go mind your missus.
Steve,
go mind your missus. I'm married 8 years. I'm married 8 years and I'm proud of my wife. I do that for my wife. She's on death's doorstep. I won't be on fucking YouTube. You fucking clown.
I need to come on here to defend myself against that fucking ginger nuts fucking bullshit and lies.
There you go. There you go. Can I just say, guys, that's an example of how to lose that's an example of how to lose an argument by calling people.
Let John speak. Let John speak. Everybody's had it right. John, what do you want to say?
What you've done tonight is prove yourself to be a lying bastard. Everybody knows that Magic Dimension is yours. Everybody knows that Drop Crime's yours. Everybody knows.
Let's go back to you making a statement saying, right, that I work with the Muslim gangs. Prove right now.
Why are you trying to deflect? Why are you trying to deflect?
Correct. Steve Clark is deflecting every question.
Why are you deflecting?
Shut up, Bobby, you fucking mongo. You had your chance down for being.
You don't have the patter. Oh, you want? Hey, Steve, you want to have an L game? Steve, let's me and you have a row.
Steve, stop.
Steve is more changed than a Chinese phone book.
Humble proves now. Proves now in front of these people. I work
to the police. You want to take something to police? Say next time you threaten to put Fran's windows in, I'm putting yours in. There you go. Take that to police.
Fuck you dickhead.
You better believe it.
Listening to us born decks that slept
Watch this space. You threaten that girl again and put your windies in.
Right, I think we're going to end it on that note, guys. Listen, thanks very much for tuning in.
Try and get my address now, humble.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to have everybody on and everybody that's left. Paul Ellis, PD.
Hey, Ronan. Yes. Ronan. I'm going to go live next. Jump on, Ronan. I'm going to go live next. Jump on.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, mate, because I'm up early in the morning. But listen, thank you, Jump, for coming on, PD. Right, all good, guys.
Okay, Ronan, PD.
Right.
Steve, take care, guys. I'll speak soon.
Peace out.